Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey, good morning, Facebook. Welcome to another episode of Morning Motivation with Big Papa. Today is wonderful, whimsical Wednesday. I hope everyone is feeling fantastic. It is 5 a.m. I got up at 3:30 a.m. Rock and roll with my Inside the Parenting Matrix group. Got my goals written. Now I'm headed to the gym because today is leg day. So when I woke up this morning, I thought, you know what? Because here in Oklahoma, it's kind of icy and a little rainy and a little wet and very cold. It's actually 30 degrees. I thought, I wonder how many people are going to be at the gym this morning. Because I think a lot of times the inclination, especially when there's been bad weather, is to check the weather, maybe look outside to make an excuse, right? We make excuses to not do the things we know that are probably in our best interest. Why? Because usually we're lazy. And why are we lazy? Did you realize that you're not just lazy? It's not like just some characteristic of your personality. It's because you're stressed. Stress causes hypoarousal, causes hyperarousal and hypoarousal. So a lot of times you hear people talking about a kid being lazy. It's not lazy. Is that his stress reaction system is operating in a little different way than what other people's stress reaction system is operating. And so he's hypoaroused. And so stress can cause us to shut down and conserve energy. And good morning, Franz in Germany. And so when stress causes us to shut down and conserve energy, now I am going to drive a little safely, and I'm driving the van this morning because the roads are probably a little slick. So when we're hypoaroused, stress causes us to conserve energy, which makes us not want to do anything. And we have a tendency to let that show up in a lot of areas in our lives. When we are stressed and we become hyperaroused, now you might turn on your stress in a hyperaroused way to get you motivated to go to work and go and get your job done or go out and pay your bills or whatever it is you got to do. But then you can very easily go right back into a hypoaroused state, and you move back into energy conservation. And so I was thinking this morning, do I really want to check the weather? Does it really matter? Or is that just going to be an excuse for me to not go do what I want to do? And I didn't even check it. I'm like, I'm going regardless. Didn't call my buddy. I'm pretty sure he'll be at the gym. But I'm like, no, I'm gonna just like every morning when I get up at 3:30 in the morning, I don't make an excuse to conserve energy, because that bed is an energy conservation attractor. It wants you to conserve your energy and pull those covers back up, especially when it's been cold, and just stay in there. And I don't want to let that be an excuse. And so I get to set up the challenge of, I wonder how many people will be at the gym this morning conserving energy, right? Staying home, conserving energy, instead of getting out of bed and getting in this cold weather and challenging themselves. And then it makes me wonder just about, life in general, parenting in general. What do you do when it's too cold for everyone else? What do you do? Like, what does Big Papa do when it's too cold for everyone else? See, these are the kind of little things I like to use to motivate myself. When I know everyone else is sleeping in, I know everyone else is, playing it safe. What's Big Papa doing? Because that's making all the difference. And I've always done that. I've always been wired to do that. I've always been wired to want to do different than what everyone else is doing. I was telling a friend the other day when I was in band in the 7th grade, our band got selected to go to state. So we got to go to the Oklahoma City, the big state fair thing. We got to march in the state fair. And the next day, I was in the 7th grade playing the trombone. The next day, there was a caption in the newspaper. It was like, so the Daily Oklahoma is like the big newspaper in Oklahoma. And there's a caption in the newspaper. There's a picture of our marching band. And it was, everyone was in perfect sync. And then at the bottom of the picture, it said, marching to the beat of a different drummer. And there was one person out of step in our whole marching band. And guess who that was? That's right. That's Big Papa. Marching to the beat of a different drummer. And here I am. When it's too cold for everyone else, I'm out, headed to the gym. And it's, the same thing can be said in everything you do. If it's in parenting, if it's at work, if it's in your relationship, when it gets too cold for everyone else, what do you do? Do you do what everyone else does and play it safe and conserve energy and shut down? Or do you get up and put your sweatpants on and your jacket and get ready to go to work? What do you do? And it's so interesting over the course of my career, 20 years, and as I gained more of an international following and got more, achieved more of an international platform, the number of professionals that come out of the woodworks hating on Big Papa, and it's so funny to me because I just had someone, a buddy of mine the other day, said there was some doctor guy presenting to their group, and someone asked him about Big Papa, and he was being all not nice and unkind, and he thought it was funny because he knows my response. People, small-minded people, have small-minded things to say. They do small-minded things. They achieve small-minded things, and they're probably the people sleeping in right now, and he's probably the person sleeping in. And you have to, when you walk out that door into the cold, and everyone else is tucked in, safe and snugly and warm, you got to realize you're going to be out there doing it because it's what you know to be the right thing to do. So if it's in parenting and you're approaching your child in a different way than everyone else is approaching them, it's because they're in energy conservation mode, and you're out there in the cold trying to do something different because you look around you and you see everyone doing things the same way, getting the same results, and you want to do something different. And so take a deep breath, realize you're not alone, that there's other soldiers out there in the cold getting after it right along with you, and keep on pushing. And with that, make it a wonderful Wednesday. Go out, own the day, own your peace of mind, own your presence, own your focus, own your faith, and own your perseverance. Big Papa loves you.